Good afternoon, all. This is Fari Hemzi. It's about 5 or 6 p.m. on Sunday, July 23rd, 2023. We're coming to you from lovely downtown Cape Naples. Don't Google it, it doesn't exist. I know a couple of guys tried to do that. Um, I missed the Wednesday, so let me give you a PSA first. What I've been having, and this was a third bout with it in the last 6 months, something called rhinovirus, RHINO. It's not RINO that the Guampino talks about. It's not the propagating name only. No, no, no. It's a rhino, like rhinoceros virus. It's a nasty virus. It's viral. There's no cure for it. There's no therapeutics. That is, and there's no vaccine. It's a severe form of pneumonia, and it starts with a sore throat and immediately hits your lungs, and you get really congested with heavy phlegm in your lungs, very mucus. Yeah. The problem is you're not going to breathe well, and if you not have a pulse oximeter with you, you won't have any feel like that. You're having a little headache, but trust me, because it's not going to work. Um, but Tylenols or ibuprofens. The problem is lack of oxygen. Anyhow, but this was a kind of a mild one. I have some medicine that would at least you try to manage it, but then I went to a doctor. As next day was the same, if not worse, and they said, yeah, except we can't test you at this location, but we'll give you some more, steroids and all that for your lungs. Kind of, it was a mess. Sorry. So this was my life Sunday and Monday, and there's no way I could do the Wednesday webinars. So we postponed it to today. I did my position on a PMT with Timer Digest. We didn't have a live trade. Trade was stopped out, but it was not good. Even though that morning on Wednesday I said, guys, watch out for a move down. I'm going to get into that chart. We're extremely overbought. As you know, where I'm good at short-term indicators, and we should go down. And you saw what the big drop we had on Thursday. We have dropped a little bit. Also on Friday, mainly on Nasdaq, although marginally we were up on S&P by like a point and a half, which is nothing at the range we're in. But we're gonna get into that in a second. So that was my status. I'm much better now. Temperature is gone. Yeah, Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, I was around 100 on temperature. Yeah. Um, and also your heartbeat goes up because your heart is trying to get more air in for your brain, and so not a good situation. But it's behind me. I feel much better. I'm self quarantine here for another few more days, and missed a lot of things. But proactive. It's summertime, but hey, I got to be safe, and I got to make sure I don't infect others. It's unconscionable. And I think I know where I get it. But by the way, there's a powder spray for your nose that came out of Israel. And you have to buy it direct from Israel. Have it in the car. I forgot the name. Have it in the car in case you go into areas where you think, hey, they're a little bit not careful here, and use that. That helps you at least against COVID. It does. So anyhow, let me give you two PSAs items. First of all, it's the summertime, and one of the folks we do a lot of business with, at least we refer to. I mean, I don't do anything myself. I refer to. I've been intrigued. I may want to, but the scale I would need, it would be a little bit big size for them. So I haven't gone there, but we refer a lot of business to. It's called trader funding. If you click here, what's the date of this? About a year ago. Okay. Well, here we go. This is Tico. His Princeton jacket is next to that. Okay. In our what do you call it? Our YouTube channel. Come on down. There are a few pictures of Tico, but this is the one with the Princeton jacket is next to it. Do look at that. This is what we did live here, and it's about them. It's called Apex Trading. In summertime, they're doing something unusual. They're doing 80%. We have a link for that. I think we have posted it on YouTube, on Twitter. If you still want it, send it to us. And some people have been signing up for multiple accounts for funding. They fund your trading based on a trial basis. You're gonna pay a small amount for that trial. They give you funny money to trade. If you get it right, they'll give you real money, and the split I think is 90-10. So Alan will get to that. Yes, I will get to that, sir. Good question. So you may want to take a look at it. Now. Until end of July, it's 80% off. I don't know how they do this risk management wise at 80% off, but normally it's 50. So don't use that link. We posted a link on YouTube. I'm sorry, on TweetDeck, and it was yesterday. I think it was. Oh, there we go. Trader funding right there. Or you can go to our blog. It's posted there too. And what we did with the combo, we'll give you a massive discount. Use our algo and our chat room to get your funding done. Okay? We'll give you signals, you trade, they give you the funding money, you trade it or simulation. It's not TradeStation, it doesn't run on TradeStation. Although you can, they don't run TradeStation. TradeStation don't allow them. But I think they use Rithmic and they use I think TD Ameritrade, that kind of stuff. Anyhow, but it allow you to ramp up, get funding, and go. Now, just be careful. We had one guy's dear friend. He's been with me probably 10 years or so. It was a lot in options. This time he came in for futures. Yeah, this is for futures, and he got funded. He was with us, used our system, got funded, and then first they blew it up. I said, what did you do that for? He goes, I was a little too comfy. I said, what? Too cocky. He's more like it, I said. And he laughed. He goes, yeah. I said, okay, go back. Go back, get another funding trade with him while you have time before end of July. So if you guys want to sign up, the links are here on our .net, mzlinux.net. You can do it separately, or you can go through, also, you could do with the combo with us. Of course, with combo with us in the chat room. Okay, but we've done a dramatic reduction in price, 67% for first month, 33% for second, and then 3% after that, long term. So you can do that. All right. Now, if you want the OR part, also you need a TradeStation for that, and you have to be proficient. Version 10, you go through there. There's a page there that you need to send to us for qualification. We want to make sure you understand what's going on because this is live with ORB. You need to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to get into trouble. Okay? So, and you can run, at the beginning, we suggest you use the simulator within the ORB, TradeStation simulator. But remember, it doesn't trade Apex direct. You get the signal, you can execute, and there's plenty of time because you're not going to go back and forth. It's not scalping. You get 2 trades a day, period. Okay? So go through that, or we already emailed you. And it's on TweetDeck too. That's one. Number 2, this is more important. Let me get back here. We're standing down on ORB for a couple of days. The couple of changes we're doing, because as you know, last week I made a change. Actually, I made it a little slightly worse. And then 2 of my programmers, one of them was having a medical issue. The other one was out of town in a conference in Chicago. And he had been out of town for a week in Oregon, prior week to that, for a family R&R. So I was out in touch with him. He just got back in late Friday. So I spent some time with him yesterday. We talked some today. Here's what we're doing. I'm going to email everybody. I'm going to also stop the system houses in Chicago, the Stryker and Fox, to stand down. This is a standard Navy issue. It means that we're seeing a problem. We want to correct it properly. We do not. The system doesn't trade on Wednesdays, but we're issuing an order to stand down for Monday and Tuesday of this week. Why? Takes the pressure off of us, and we get a chance one more time to review what we're looking at. The couple of changes we're going to do. Why? It's July. Last year, July was difficult also. It's a summertime. Volume is low. And on top of that, I'm going to show you flash one chart, which we're going to revisit also, saying this area. Look where the VIX is. Okay. Now, while the VIX is low, our intraday VIX if you look at it this way, let's say 30 minutes, or better yet, look at 15 minutes, uh, is high, tremendously high. Okay, take a look. Okay, and this is the NDX we do, right? This is NDX 100, Nasdaq 100. So to make it a reasonable setup, a compromise, we're doing a couple of tweaks on it. Remember, this is history. That chart has already happened. It's written. What we're talking about here, we're looking at future, not behind us. So we can't guess that. There's a whole disclaimer on the user guide about market texture just to protect you and us. You realize market texture is evolving. If it wouldn't evolve, somebody like you or me, we could corner the market. I would have owned half of Manhattan. It doesn't work like that. Okay. So we've got to be cognizant of that. But I think this is a good thing to do. And we're also looking at how to implement this concept at the rate of about once every 30 days, rolling forward. Why? It makes us a lot more tangible short-term profits, because when you get a series of small or large losses, you lose your confidence. Remember, if you look at the history of Orb over a year and a half, it's done about like 350, 360%, about 30% a month. But it's had 100% months, 80% months, and it's had also negative months. If you come in at the wrong month and you don't know what's future, nobody knows what next 2 weeks look like. You could be in the wrong area and you freeze and you say, "Oh my God, what happened to me?" And you'll never come back. So over a long period of time, it's been very profitable. Give me another investment that's done 30% a month on average last year, or better yet, did 360, approximately 360% in year and 2 months. That's what we've had since May 5th. Do we have backups from TradeStation for the fills? Money is not mine. That one of our clients, he agreed to share with us the results, and I've told him keep track of your statements. So he actually downloads the PDFs and saves them. So even if TradeStation goes down, he's got a record of what he's telling us. And we shared that. That's the link we have. And often I've shared that with you. If you need that, we'll post it on Twitter too. That's what we usually do. But anyhow, with that in mind, um, uh, just be cognizant of what we're going through. But we'll get it better and improve it. And by the way, some of the stuff we looked at still makes me believe it's one of the best systems out there. As you know, MarketWatch did a whole study on intraday trading, and the only concept, which is not ours, by the way, ORB is not ours. Opening range breakout is all over. You can read about it quite a bit out there. If you look at that, they called it out and they said one of the most consistent trading concept has been ORB. Not ours, but in general. And the one they showcased had a 46% yield per annum. So ours is about 30% a month. So not too shabby. But that was our first year and a couple of months extra. We want to keep this 300% a month, a year result. Okay, plus or minus. It still is good. The key is keep your bet size small. And do not do a like an optimal F and raise your bet size fast. No, only do it from net earnings, so that you're paying for size by from retained earnings by gains. Okay, so that you play with house money. My cousin, she did very very well. The first thing we did with her, she doesn't know anything about trading. All she knows that this is what's called bourse in Europe. It's bourse, so bourse is risky. So the moment she had some gains, we took the original money out, and I mean she did, not me, but that's how the thinking is. Conservative. Take the original money out, and the house money went up to become 5 times. Now, excuse me. Excuse me. Now, I should warn you, that was one of the best months she was in. She was one of the better ones, 150, 200 people who were in that setup. She came in middle of August. And when she called and says, "Here's my number," I said, "Find your ejection seat and pull on it now." She laughed. She knew my dad. She goes, "You mean that?" I said, "Yeah." And it was 500% in by middle of a little bit better than 500%, middle of December. I don't think we're going to repeat that, but that was a very unusual time. But really, really, we fired on all cylinders. We in October we had like 10 winners in a row. It was something crazy. Okay, so I'm not saying that's going to happen again, but we're entering volatility. So from like September on through probably 1st of December, we're going to have 3 or 4 months of really good returns. That's ahead of us. So if you're interested, take advantage of what we're offering you. Go learn it, uh, especially use somebody else's money, trader funding, at a very, very deep discount right now. And then, so when they get funded with real money, the split is 90-10 to your favor. It's incredible. So our job is to enable you. My mom was a math teacher, and she always told me that, hey, you can't take your brain with you either. So my mission was to pass on, let the thinking live on beyond my physical boundaries, so to speak. All right. So with that said, we will send a note out to all ORB members saying that we have a stand down. We'll put it on Twitter too. As you know, we're very transparent. And by the way, right now we have also opened up our TweetDeck stuff. Here's our proprietary day trading systems are open. Also, our options are also open. We're no longer tying it into your membership. This way, we pass on information. We're not going to put trades there, but we're going to pass on things to look at and read and be educated about the whole concept. Okay. We do not have a option for a portfolio manager right now. I'm just swamped between what we're doing here with indicators and the PMT and the next generation of ORB, which is called Tiger Shark. I just don't have time to run options, but I'm actively looking for a good option manager with a decent track record. I've had a few over the years, and they have all blown up. So yeah, I gotta be careful. So until I find the right person, we're not gonna do all of that because I just don't have the time. All right. With that said, let's get into some market timing here. Okay. Alan's asking, what's your projection for SPX this week? Okay, that's a good one. That's not bad. As long as you're not telling me what should we see now year end, okay? Because that's different. That's about 5 months of the year. That's big. Yeah, that's a big delta T with any accuracy. I can always throw a number out there, but with any accuracy, that's not going to be easy. Let's see. Anybody else I say hello to? No, we're good. Okay. All right. We just finished expiration. Excuse me. So this week we're gonna have PMI composite tomorrow at 9:45. What the heck is this? I have no idea. They're coming up these indices just like ETFs. Case-Shiller on Tuesday. Consumer confidence. That's a good one. That's a good one. You see the star next to it. Yeah, one of the clients was asking, how do you rank these? I said, it's simple. You got black ones. This you don't worry about it much. I would take a look, but don't worry about it. The stars are very crucial. By the way, Econo feeds everybody. All the major data sources come from Econo but they changed them a little bit better post-pandemic. The stars you have to pay attention to. Then you got the green. That's the second level. This is Case-Shiller for housing. And each day you're gonna have a one or two new home sales. Big one. We got Wednesday. Now remember, we have also Fed. So we have Tuesday, Wednesday Fed. This is going to be a little bit quiet, as you know, suspended animation, but it's going to be afternoon. It's going to be great, and I think hopefully I want to be really alert for this time because I want my latest version of the Tiger Shark go to work. I haven't traded much. I need what do you call it? I need shekels, as my admiral reminds me. That's Admiral Tico. Shekels, firing shekels. Yes, yes. I finally ended up working for him. Yeah, new home sales on Wednesday. Remember, Fed guys will have that coming in. They may get a preview about this time, but they'll get the actual anyway. So we both have it before going in. And they get a bunch of other stuff. Some stuff we don't ever get. Durable goods, GDP, two of my best items I like. Where is leading economic indicators? Is it here? No. Okay. So yeah, GDP and durable goods. very, very important on Thursday. This is trade, jobless claim every week. Pending home sales, it's a green report. Pay attention to that. Where's leading economic indicators? Huh? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Look, I don't know. Personal income, big with the Fed, big with the Fed. And then ECI, Employment Cost Index. Some of the Fed governors love it. Of course, the retail folks like the consumer sentiment. A lot of food businesses, hospitalities, and so forth. Keep a look at this. I have some family members in that industry, and so they reinforce to me what I need to know. So again, I'm a little in my own cubby hole, but so a lot of people help. Yeah, you can't get everything done yourself. So going to be a busy week. Obviously, big one here. My attitude about the Fed is simple. If you look at oil prices, or gas prices, I should say, gasoline prices, I should say, not gas, but gasoline. It's optic. He's going to tell you something. Yeah. First of all, we have real wages now, real wage growth. Okay, that is the raises people are getting are outdoing the lower level of observed inflation. So for the first time in a while, we're getting that. Yes, the rents are coming down a bit, but jobless. What do you call it? Non-farm payroll is very strong, non-stop positive, 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 and then you look at some material costs like copper and so forth. The economy is on the mend. It's doing better and better. They're resolving some of the issues. We have the lower inflation because they're resolving some of the supply chain issues. So I expect actually real estate prices to hold up, which is a change of thinking on my part. Market is going, of course, market is a little bit ahead of the economy. Don't confuse the two. We're going to our earnings. The techs are going to be huge. This week, you're going to have a lot of huge earnings. So, and we're very, very extended. But on the econ part, I think just gas prices is telling you. Yes, the gas prices are up. A friend of mine sent a picture of a $8 gas in California, in Los Angeles. But that says things are good. There's demand. I don't want gas prices to be $2. Then we all, half the country could be unemployed. So not half, but a good portion will be unemployed. I don't want to see that. But yeah, maybe in California, 8 prices. Remember, they need cleaner, because the population needs cleaner gas. But still, that tells me we're doing better and better on the economic part, which is delayed. Market is ahead of it. Okay, I mean that's why, because we have seen this run up there. So that's the econ data. The following week we're gonna have non-farm for July, and that, as always, pay attention to that. Don't get fooled by ADP again. Remember, and but I expect even that to continue, both ADP and non-farm payroll to show strong numbers. Now, what's my target for this week? That's a question I'm being asked. Let's go to charts. Well, one way we can do that. Gas price in Detroit is $3.39. Well, that's has a different demand structure, doesn't it? Yeah. I pay. I don't know what I pay because I don't drive much, but I think last time I put in, excuse me, I'm a little wheezing. It's my lungs. That's a side effect of Rhino. I think I'm paying like $4.40. Yeah, $4.30, something like that. Yeah. For super, yeah. So, but I don't drive much, so it doesn't matter. My highway is this. It's internet, yeah. So, and that's, I like to keep it. Trust me. Last couple of times going through the airports, I don't want to do that. And the airplanes are a breeding ground. So, and I usually bundle up with masks and this and that. At one of the supermarkets down here, they call me the astronaut. So I'm trying to be extra careful because my immune system is very weak, having years of psoriasis. Why do you get psoriasis? Oh, I've been training futures. So it's a stress point. Anyhow, let's move this to weekly. And now I'm going to give you a number. So you go to time frame, weekly, okay? Okay, we're going to be, typically you're going to be good one delta time forward, okay? Yeah, exactly. No, actually, Tico now is looking for DB12. He wants a DB12, except there's no deliveries until next year. Yeah. There were some pictures we posted on Facebook. They brought it to town in Naples for 2 days. Now, of course, we had to go and see it. Daddy, let's go take a look. And it's a DB12 by Aston Martin. By the way, the passenger seat can be outfitted with the ejection seat, but the what do you call it? It's not included in the price. The parachute. Yeah. So, in case I would need one, I would need if I get a DB12, I need one. With the blondes, yeah, sometimes you have to hit the ejection seat. So, yeah, I don't have much luck with blondes. I always get the wrong kind. So, oh well. Okay, we're at Sigma level. This is weekly. We're good one delta forward. So I'd say I could give you a range. How's that, Alan? Would that work? Okay. I would say I'd say 4,600 range to about. Hold on, am I right there? Yeah, 4,600 to about 4,400. That's the range you're looking at. I can't give you a target. I can give you a range. Okay, and I'll be fairly confident in that. So 200 range points. That's a lot, but that's the range you're going to be in for next delta time forward. And you since you said weekly, I went to weekly. If you had asked what do I think this time by end of August we're going to be, then I would go here and say give me monthly and look at it the same way. Okay, and now you could see a possibility of the 2 sigma monthly be a magnet and pull it up. And of course, you had the all-time high at 48.19. Remember, this is the cash index. So it would be something in that range area. Okay. Again, the negative. I think we're going to see that. We're going to see probably a check there, and then maybe like an M. That's a 2000 was one of those years. We went up there, touched it, and then boom, went down. So, the problem is the market is a little bit extended, and you have too much debt and all that. The issue is how much more fresh cash sitting out there. Remember, some of this was caused by the AI stuff. So if you don't continue those kind of a psychological warfare with us, we may not want to part with our money and go in the market. It is not the time for a novice to come in. You're paying exorbitant profits of others coming in now. If you're already in, I would get a little bit defensive. Yeah. Okay. Again, let's see what happened here. As you know, on that day coming in the chat room, I said, guys, be extra careful. We're extremely set up for a pullback. And the next day we dropped really good. I've been really good at giving one day pretty good accurate movements down. My miss was here, right there. My miss was right there. So I got pissed off, then I got sick, and oh well. Now we were stopped out. So the trade stopped out. That was 373. Email went out. We acknowledged that. We always do. I gotta just add the email. That I will do that this week. I'm getting back on the horse. But we haven't put a trade on yet on the downside. I may give another short trade only. A bunch of a put spread. Yeah, I don't want to get long here. To me, odds are against it. And you can see divergences all over. There's a divergence right there. Here's another divergence there. We're going to see more and more. So, and look at what the CI is doing, rotating there. We have just gone negative. Now, we did not get a huge. We got a pretty decent bounce on the up down to up volume, but that was a while back. That's almost a month back. So that's not really that. You need something a little bit closer. I don't know where we're going to go here from here. We're almost end of the earnings season, so and August is going to be very quiet into Jackson Hole, and then fireworks starts after Labor Day. So you might be maybe light over the month of August. I would look at some of your if you have any Bow Wow stocks, lighten up, take some profits, sell 40, 50, 60%. Don't worry about taxes. Tax secondary. Profit is always a profit. Good to have profits. Good to have a tax problem. Okay. So, okay. You see, we're getting a little bit flattened there. Not enough, in my opinion, yet, but you see even a little pullback on CIs, and it was extended. We get a 30 CI especially on the weekly. I mean, I'm saying daily, compared to short-term stuff. This is a very strong location on transportation. So, and it should pull back. We'll see. We'll see how the data comes in. I bet you GDP is going to be strong, and yeah, ECI is going to be strong. So we'll see. I mean, it's just I think you're going to see some transformation there. Obviously, Russell has a brain of its own, especially being so interconnected with the interest rates now where we are. So, and that will hinder some of the movements in the big caps. No, this is utility. Don't look at that. Look at it here. So we pull back a little bit. We should. Very, very frothy up here. Of the big caps, I only like Google. I did a study the other day for a friend of mine, this high network fellow down here, and I he had done in Boeing. Let me see how we did there. Remember, I haven't been around much this past few days. Yeah, yeah. He had done good on Boeing. I told him to lighten up. He called back to report he did, and thank you. And then he says, "Give me anything else you have." I said, "Listen, I'm not good at one-on-one advice, but and he'll never make it to webinars. He doesn't know how to get into a go-to-meeting. It's too dangerous for him." Yeah. But I told him just I don't want Microsoft's too high. Probably one of the best stocks, but too high. Amazon, it's meandering. It's it's a ship without Amazon with Bezos. So um, Tesla, who knows? I don't know about Tesla. But Meta is too far up. He's already made the move. Yeah, we got him into Meta about November. He's done very well. So I'm having a problem with convincing him to sell some more. But the one that I can see as an upside is Google. If you look at Google, and here's the reason. I know we're getting diversion, but remember, they're interrelated. Index has a lot to do with big caps. Is really look at the monthly chart because of where it is. I think you're going to have a kind of underperformed stock, but healthy, and so we should see it go up there. Try to channel. I wouldn't touch Apple either. Right, that yeah, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft. Amazon's got different issues. So Meta and Tesla, no, no good. But Google, I would. I always look at big caps because that drives Nasdaq. Question. AT&T and Verizon, no, I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. They hardly move. I'm an index trader. Hold on. Let me say this. This is a $300,000 stock. Is this strike times 20? One share or one contract, 300,000. Why would I want to touch Verizon? That's too slow for me. I'll sit there, hope and pray. There's no praying allowed. Plus, I did James Maxwell when I was young, so no praying. Yeah, no religion, please. Yeah, it would hardly move. No, AT&T could be even worse. Yeah, I don't do those. It's like saying in let's see, what's AT&T? T? Is that T? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. New lows, new 7-year low. I wouldn't touch these. Yeah, they may have a good dividend play. My sister would touch it, but not me. Yeah, no, but I wanna. Yeah, look, I look to do about 2 to 3% a day, and I want to go home flat. Forget taxes. That's a separate problem. But then you have a 60-40 treatment because of the trading futures. So it's fine. But this, no, not me. I'm sorry. I'm not saying the company's bad. I just not my cup of tea. So I have no feel for it. I rather trade Tesla. If I lose money, I lose it fast. There, you can sit there and start praying, and that's not what I can do. KB, okay, please use your first and last name. K1 Banks, how are you, sir? Bravo. Reason is that we don't want to lose our Fed what do you call it? CFTC, SEC compliant. What do you call it? Privileges. Yeah. You could be here, but we can't ask you can't ask a question because we don't know who you are. That's all. Although I can from your email figure out. Okay. The trenders. Okay. As you know, this is how the old money trades. Large cash stock funds and so forth trades. It's like a rubber band. It's the issue of how much rubber band is extended. Always look at the transportation because that'll tell you what the S&P is going. And it is not in the alarming area. It's only 14%. Remember, I actually normalize it. So it's a price minus, this is 200 moving average, or price minus 50, and then normalize for the index size. So that's your percent. We're 10% above 50, 14%. Historically, going back so many years, 3 years, 4 years, we're not there yet, but we are extended. There's no question we're extended. Now, I look at transportation, and I look at Russell again for the same reason to see where we are. This says we're having some small caps have some issues, okay? Very quiet. And usually these lead. If you look at the peaks, you see they lead. So, yeah, maybe this could be on the mend. It has had a lot of birth cross and death crosses. So, but you could see where the highs were put in. What's the conclusion? We're 8 out of 8 positive, right? All of them are. So technically speaking, the next move most likely is downward, not upside. What does say, Michael, very good question. If concerned about the value of some major tech names, what does it say about NDX? It says stay short. Why? Because NDX is a sum of its components. So if the individual names have extended levels, it's easy to extrapolate that, and because those 5 names or 7 names, like 45%, 50% of the NDX, I don't know what they've done. I know they did a reindexing. Maybe they reduced some, which as they should. Actually, if you look at there we go. The equal weighted, that's $ NDXE or S&P EW. If you look at these, they have different. Look at the scale; they're very close to each other. The difference is like 400, right? 500 maybe range. Versus if you look at here, it's 3 to 1. Actually, close to 4 to 1, right? 3 to 1 plus 3.5 to 1. So this is high concentration of big names, and so if the components sort of cap weighted, this is that's equal weighted. All right. Matter of fact, may not be a bad idea for me to set up an equal weighted timer chart. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. So we take those 2 names, and you can do it yourself too. These 2 names or equivalent in your platform, and then plot that, but using same indicators. Don't change your indicators. That's crucial for your cumulative learning. Okay. I haven't changed my indicator. I've come up with good indicators, no question about that. But I don't add and subtract different indicators. Why? Because now you put yourself in an endless do loop, and you're going to be totally confused. The reason I've been very good with time and digest and market timing has been, generally speaking, over a long period of time, like 10 years, 15 years, is that I don't change my indicators. So I have a good feel what is it trying to tell me. Now, it favors old timers. I understand, yeah, because you got to learn that. But I did too. I started somewhere. In 2001, 2002, that's all I was doing, trying to tool up for a day like this. It's a long investment in time, but you always got to invest in yourself. So we should want to look at that next time. Next time I'll add that. You know what? Why don't we do it right now? Murray, what's wrong? Nothing. Hold on. So let's go here and say, it's that simple. Let's do it this way. Okay, we're going to say timer dash EW, equal weighted. Okay. Now, we're going to also open up. We got set up. Give me a second. You got me working again, Becker. Michael's a good guy. Yeah. No worries, my friend. Hold on. You know me. I'm not shy about working. So. All right. So this is what we had. Let me take this and put it there. We're going to go here and we do $ SP, what was it? Hold on. Murray, you're killing me. 500 EW, I think it was. Yeah, there we go. Okay, equal weighted. All right, so that's a 6,000. Okay, and then go here. I think it's $ NDXE. There we go. Let's save that. We're all set. Okay, a new chart is born. Notice I didn't change any of the indicators. Now, I will have to go in and see components that are going to these, see if we have a more suitable for that. But at first, I want to get used to what the charts look like. As you could see, we're only slightly better in NDX, the unequal weighted. So if the market cap is driving these prices, uh, I think the any pullback is going to be stronger. That's why we had to move that big of a move we had on Wednesday in NDX. That was huge. I think we closed. I was sick as a dog, but in the morning I again repeated, guys, look at what I'm telling you. Yesterday it's happening. Remember, I was talking about NDX day before. Look what we did on Thursday, and then Friday was marginal, only 0.25. Now, 3-day rule also says we probably have a potentially a pullback up first hour tomorrow. So don't get fooled. But I think where we are, we should see a pullback. You can see the CIs. That's a little bit. Boy, we have a pretty good, decent run. Earnings season is over. People could just take profits and go away for a month of August and then come back Labor Day. Always keep the calendar in your mind where we are. So I think on the downside, Michael. Good question. And thanks. I meant to do this. I did it now. Brute force. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm just looking at detail. Okay, let's go to the trend we did. Okay, let's look at our cap weighted indices, and these are just the two trend following systems like turtles. No input change, nothing. Oh, since I'd say 2004, 2005. I had just gotten pretty good news from Time and Digest. I kind of didn't want to do it, and they convinced me to stay. Before that, they were doing one of my staff was running a system called Hornet for them, and we came in 11th first year. And I said that's not good enough. I've never been 11th anywhere. If my dad found out I came in 11th in the class, he would tell the conscripts to lock the door, don't let them in. When I come back from school, he was brutal. Yeah, because he was valedictorian. For him, if you get an A-, you have sinned. Yeah. So, but they convinced me to stay, and then next year I was timer of the time. Number one Time and Digest. So not for the whole year, but like I think 3 months, 4 months. Yeah. And then by then I knew how to build things now. And one of the things we did was these two, weekly and daily. Now, in the context of the bigger time frame being more important, we're long still. You see the buy there. And the short, we still buy again. So we have buy and buy. So usually you're going to see an excessive move there when you get buy and buy. And this is going to alternate first. So again, I would expect this to pull back. Notice the high here on the 52 weeks high and low. So that's already peaked in advance, and that's normal. This will peak in advance, saying before the drop. We've gone higher, but the internals are not keeping up with it. So it's parabolic. The weight is getting higher and higher. It's like a F-15 going on full throttle. Better than 1-to-1 weight to trust ratio. At some point, you can't keep it up. Air gets thinner. Otherwise, it'll get out of orbit, right? So it can't. No. So this will be pulled back by its weight shortly. Now, where are we on SP1? SP1, we're in the channel, +1 to +2. Scale means nothing. The issue is against itself where we are. So it's still, right now, all other things being equal, the up buy is intact. Happy is Hamzy Analytics prop indicators. It's a school of products at 3 levels. Go to our website. It's there. Here we go. You go there. There are 3 of them: Happy, Pro, and Expert. We have almost nobody in Happy, but it's a baseline. Pro has some of the really good features of it, and then Expert is really for the option guys. Okay, and there's a whole there are videos there. You can go there, click on that. There are some videos you can watch. Get a feel for what we do. We use that to become boom to become this time of the decade. So again, when you discipline comes in, you got to stick to your indicators. You can't just go and say, "Hey, I had a drink with this guy at Club 21, and he says buy the market, so I went and buy the market." Yeah, it's it's not based on tips. It's based on discipline and what your charts are telling you. Now, and some of these indicators do not go out. Don't get me wrong. We do not give everything out. The crown jewels stay here, and even my own staff don't get them. Okay, but SP1, Momo are an example of those. We're at +1, +2 sigma channels. So this says all other things being equal, the up bias is intact right now. How much we don't know. We'll see. Momo says, oh, wait a second, we're at 3.8. You see the divergence? We're pushing up, we're pushing up. Momo says, sorry, not so fast. And I love Momo when it peaks. +10 and -10. All our indicators have no bias. Okay. So that they're built in to be neutral. For example, CI. There are no scale bias. +100, -100. But we're not built them. We don't get into a trap of having like geometric means in them. You know, my background was, as you know, math and physics at Princeton. So I don't want to build an indicator that I have to worry about what's impacting the indicator itself. I want just a true reading of the data. Okay, keeps me grounded. By the way, it does need TradeStation. It doesn't go into. It doesn't run another platform. We used to have it for eSignal, but eSignal really, I don't want to say it. What a great company it was. Yeah. I'll try. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. I'm just being upfront. Yeah. Uh, I mean, like we have a package called OTF. It's only in our chat rooms. But a friend of mine wanted to run on his machine. I got upset with me. I thought I could get it. I said no. I'm sorry. But you can get in the chat room. It's open. Our chat rooms are open. You can join it. You can have it there. But we just don't run it. Plus, some of these use so much CPU. Typical machines can't run it. It gets in trouble. That's another consideration. Plus, the data. Sometimes the data requirements are heavy. We have to filter the data clean, and if everybody was trying to use it, I don't know what kind of clean data they have. I'm very meticulous about my data because of my data with AI in the neural nets back in the mid to late no yeah mid to late 90s. Uh, you learn your lesson. Of course, now we have a lot better tools for that, but still, there's nothing like exchange. Like look at this. This is a good example. These are data errors, and even the exchange hasn't fixed them yet. And even though I've written to them, and so oh well. This is SIBO. Okay, let's look at VIX here. All right, guys. VIX very low. It's hovering around 13. We're looking at 18s and 19s on the VXN for the NASDAQ. I don't pay too much attention to Russell VIX. I have no feel. Actually, this I have a lot of feel for. I know these are wrong because my version of VXN ran about 4 months before SIBO's did. Okay, so it's not the same. It's the same. I mean, they turned out to be the same version, but I was running it in advance. Oh, thank you. So down here, you'd see we're fairly low. If you look at back here, just look at that. You could see this period where we are, what regime we're in. We haven't been there since here. That's November 21 area. So and down below, you'd see where we are in. So NDX is about to do a double top here, probably. Yeah, I would expect that somewhere. This year, we're going to be getting to that. Also, third year of presidential cycle. If you've done any work on that area, you would know this is the year they push everything. Uh, well, they push the economy to be good next year, right? We know to be spectacular next year because of economy. The incumbents do that. But as you know, the market discounts that 6 months forward. So you're going to see the market peak in advance of economy peaking next year. The average person who's voting out there feels the impact of economy in their pocketbook, but the investors know to take the money and run a little bit earlier. So it also makes sense for this year to be near a peak area because of that. And the VIX is basically telling us that. So, by the way, some of the old money I deal with, they think AI is all BS. They think it's another hype for the evil alliance of Morehouse Bulls and Madison Avenue. You know, the marketing and investment bulls that to bring you in because they need to cash out themselves. So we'll see. I have no idea. Look, there's a lot of AI work out there. My brother's pretty good at it. The one who's got a patent to VPN, but I've learned a lot from him. But I also know a few AI shops that trying to get funded has been very difficult because there are too many people in there. The old money thinks that's another bubble of its own. So we shall find out. Let's look at SQ. SQ is what's a good way of putting that? SQ is are the money puts. Okay, are the money puts for SPX, and at least a 2 sigma to 3 sigma move. So here's your 2 sigma move, 3 sigma. It's talking about a chance of 4,300 area. Okay, that's not very high. We're actually we have dropped. So this says that we're back here. The old money was buying out of the money puts. They abandoned ship. They took their losses. Remember, these are pennies down here, not pennies, but fairly cheap for average SPX option. And they abandoned that, and the markets continue to go on. So there's very little protection down there right now. Okay, so if this thing moves, they're going to surprise some of them. But right now, the smart money doesn't think we're going to move now. It also is not saying we will, so it doesn't know. Okay, but in the past, this has been one of the best indicators ever. If you look at the all-time highs versus Sigma channel for SQ, you could see forward 3 months to 6 months forward, it gives you a pending drop. We don't see it right now, so no big drop here. Notwithstanding exogenous news, that we can't control. Nobody knows. Oh, the other thing, Alan, is that if the crown jewels went out to everybody, then it has no value. Keep that in mind. It's like MACD. Everybody and his brother use MACD. There's no value anymore. It's glory days, yes, but the math has been overtaken, and of course everybody uses it. So market is going to open now, guys. Here we go. Almost. Let me see. Yeah, we just opened. Okay, we're down quarter up 17. So noise level. Yeah, it's a Sunday and it's summertime. So let's move on. I've got to also open the servers there for the folks who trade. I'll get it in a few moments. Okay. 3 months VIX. Here's what, again, double check this. You have to because of the rollover. We're running, obviously, August. July's done. VIX expires a little bit early. And so we moved actually last Friday because it expired midweek this past week, not Friday, 2 days ago. So we're long August, short November. That's a 3 months spread. We're getting a negative 265. It trades at this time. We're not. It's very neutral. There's no signal here. Okay, and it's also at 0 sig. Its own 0 sig. Okay. You can get our Sigma channels, but it will be difficult to plot the spread. Yes, a little bit tricky because Sigma channels is taking one input, not two. But I think you could probably program it. Yeah, I don't know. I think so. A clever programmer knows how to put it in there. No problem. Okay. Should be quiet. Should be no signal here. I don't read too much into this. It's a Sunday night, but we always look at the drop was there. We hit 3, not even 4, but 3 sigma. Remember, it's an inverse asset. It's VIX. It's volatility. So it's the inverse asset. It peaked when the market was going down. If it goes to near zero, we never got there. It's 1.5 here, negative. When it gets to zero, that's the bottom. If it's around 4-ish, 3.5, 4-ish, that's the top. So we're kind of in between here on SPX. That's only good for SPX, not NDX. I'm sorry. I still have this issue. My apologies. But one second. So neutral here, no signal. Now let's go here to SP2. I know some of you guys asked me on Twitter, or especially in the chat room. We try to share that. I think I shared it a couple of times this week. We're getting now this is a day session only, so it has no impact right now. It's trading at 65. Kind of a middle of a road, sideways uppy, not overbought, not neutral, and not oversold. So, but negative 25 and 75, that's the limits I want to look at. We were extremely overbought, and I kept on pounding the table. Guys, lighten up, lighten up. This is probably one of my oldest indicators that has done really, really well for me. The only thing we have changed is coloring with the newer version of TradeStation. Oh, by the way, we are running 69. We're running a version 69. So some pages of the website says 68. We're gonna update those, but we're not there yet. But if you send any code out, it's 69. If we send you any worksheets like TSW file, these files, these are called worksheets. Those are 69. Yeah. The indicators go in instantly, but the worksheets have to match. I'm always the last one to upgrade because if I get upgrade too early, none of my clients can use it. So I have to wait. Most people get it and then I'll change. We just changed to 69. Nothing noticeable for us, but I know there was some bug fixes. Okay. Treasuries. The front end, FF, Fed funds futures, or this is IRX. It's equivalent, really equal. This is not equivalent bond yield. This is just a 91-day discount. It is hovering around 5.2 and a half, 5.25. You have to divide this by 10. It's sort of CBO, it's at 10 times. So running about 4.1 on the 5-year, 3.8 on 10, and 3.9 on the 30. No premium to hold the paper twice as long. I'm sorry, 3 times as long. 10 to 30. So that's another extra 20 year in between. Really, 0.1%. Yeah, interests are very low. I was still a Richard Roll. He's retired. He's now minding his restaurant and also winery. Very great guy. He used to work for Goldman Sachs. He did the payoff curve for mortgages. In the late 90s, he told me, when we get to the turn of the century, you're going to see rates like you won't believe. Of course, he had no idea about 9/11. Nobody did. And then, of course, we've done even beyond that because of why? We have too much debt. We're printing so much money. Yeah. And that's really what the pressure is. Somewhere in here, we have the national debt paying this interest, and it can't bust the budget. So I don't expect the rates to go up much, but they're fairly high. And now you're actually getting wages to go up to pay over this. Otherwise, why would people want to work? You can't go to work and have a negative return on your wage growth. So it's trying to balance itself out. But anyhow, rates are up. That's as the economy is strong. So. But don't expect it to go too high. These are 7-year limits. We haven't reached it. Look where it stopped on the 5-year. These are cars. These are mortgages. These are long-term health plans and retirements and so forth. Okay. Very, very crazy week on the Larry's. Almost no signal. Okay. No signal. On SPX, what everybody looks at, yeah, we hit a couple of times. Hit a reversal there, a little bit there. But this was a surprise. This was absolute surprise because we did not go high up over 90%. That's 90 and negative 90. We post that on Twitter. There's a link there you should look at for interpreting these from Paul Desmond, head of Larry's. He passed away. This is Peter Cooks. He gave a webinar on Twitter. I'm sorry, for you guys. It's posted here, and his numbers are outstanding. There you go, 370. You want to take a look at what Peter does. He's my chief moderator in the chat room. His calls are amazing. What we're doing now is using a Gamma service called Spot Gamma. The service is easy. Interpretation is something else. We're beginning to start sharing that. We pay for it so we can use the data. But sharing it here for timing intraday NDX trades. Yeah, it's very, very, very amazing. Amazing. If you're watching in the chat room, is amazing. So this is his work. Again, using Larry's, he program is a pretty good programmer for TradeStation. Buy here, still a buy. It's still a buy, and the X-Men short. Hello. So, yeah, it's live. It runs overnight. No, he doesn't use his downside. I do. I look at both sides. He doesn't. Peter, that's what Peter is. So, okay. You don't have a line here because it is not. It's still in a position. Once the position is closed, it draws the line. So, okay. One more chart. Oh, there you go. My babies. The C and the E. Hold on. Yeah, speaking of the babies, make sure you watch the movie Oppenheimer. He taught at Princeton. Well, not taught. He actually did research at Princeton. He was head of Advanced Institute. Yeah, there were no students there. There were just brainy people. And actually, Einstein used to work for him there. Of course, talk about nightmares. I have my nightmares recently on B-2 bomber. There's been a couple of nights in the last month or two that I get up with a sweat, and one of them I thought I was in the cockpit. Yeah, and you're about to open your orders. Yeah, so you know how that goes. Oh well. Back then, when I was working on it, it was an honor to do it and excitement. Years later, you understand what Poppy said. Oppie said. I've become death. Yeah. The ultimate thermonuclear delivery device. Yeah. Or thermonuclear device delivery system, I should say. Yeah. You know, there's, by the way, there's a special on Netflix. Is full of crap on B2. Yes. Yeah. I can't tell you where they're not being honest. That's not. I'm not permitted. But it was full of crap. Yeah. Especially the cockpit stuff. Yeah. All right. So this is 5 year. We're at 75. We're pulling up. As you know, we talked about 45 to 55. That's long time ago. We are broken out. Good space differential in the 20 and 50 MAs. So this says we're getting some resistance coming up. I don't expect us to go above 80 here this time. There's no reason. Well, we'll see. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. I think already you're seeing some cracks there in the pressure. With that said, I think I'm done with my spiel. Anything else I can add? Any questions for me? Oh, you mean on the? I'm sorry. Are you talking about Fed? Oh no, they're gonna do quarter point. No. On the Fed side, no, that's a good point. On the Fed side, that's guaranteed. Quarter point definitely, and at least one more. Not just this Wednesday, another one. Yeah, I'm counting at least two between now and the year end, if not more. If we stay strong, they have no choice, Michael. They have to. They have to. So, and market participants, they can interpret it any way they want, but at this point, they have to. So, I'll say they would, yeah. And sell? Oh yeah, probably. I mean, most of the trades with Chairman Powell at the helm, most of the trades in the afternoon or FOMCs have been negative for him. So, if we're up here, if we don't sell ahead of it, remember they could juice it up or juice it down, if you will. If it's staying up here, then yeah, it's a good sell. Yeah. Me, I just use a tiger shark. I'll wait for it too. to line up and do it because I don't know. I don't want to guess. I'm not good at guessing. I know my shortcomings, but I know what the indicators are saying. I'll just follow it. It's a surf. Just you surfing. Think of when you're in Malibu and you're surfing. Enjoy the view. Yeah. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Now, it could also be sharp edge, so you have to be careful. Small bet, wrong time, at the right time going in. A lot of patience. Don't add to your bet size. That's how I get into trouble. It's not my signals. It's my add to my bet size. So, as what do you call it? Lieutenant Callahan said, "Man's got to know his limitations." So, Clint Eastwood, former mayor of what was it? Carmel by the Sea. Yeah. Any other questions for me? I thank you all for coming. We'll have a scheduled webinar this Wednesday as normal. Okay, unless I'm not doing good, but I should be able to. Thank you all for attending. Have a great weekend, whatever is remaining of it. Bye bye now.